सागर रामा दशरथ नंदन रामा दया सागर रामा दशमुख मर्दन रामा दैत्यकुलांतक रामा दशमुख मर्दन रामा दैत्यकुलांतक रामा दशरथ नंदन रामा दया सागर रामा दशरथ नंदन रामा दया सागर रामा रघुकुल तिलक रामा मम हृदयाधिपते रामा रघुकुल तिलक रामा मम हृदयाधिपते रामा दशरथ नंदन रामा दया सागर रामा दशरथ नंदन रामा दया सागर रामा लक्ष्मण सेवित रामा लक्ष्मी मनोहर रामा लक्ष्मण सेवित रामा लक्ष्मी मनोहर रामा सूक्ष्म स्वरूप रामा सुंदर वदन रामा
स्थापकाय च धर्मस्य सर्वधर्मस्वरूपिणे अवतारवरिष्ठाय रामकृष्णाय ते नमः। Swami Vivekananda said, I want no name, I want to be a voice without a form. Through the Lord's will, the desire for name and fame has not yet crept into my heart. I dare say never will. I am an instrument and he is the operator. This is in summary or the essence of Swami Vivekananda's life and mission. On this very important aspect of Swamiji's life and teachings, Swami Vivekananda, a voice without form. Srimad Swami Bodhasaranandaji Maharaj, Assistant General Secretary, Ramakrishna Math and Mission, Belur Math, is speaking to all of us today. Revered Swami Bodhasaranandaji Maharaj received Mantra Diksha from most revered Swami Vireshwaranandaji Maharaj, the 10th President of the Ramakrishna Order, in 1978. He joined the Ramakrishna Order at the same year in Advaita Ashrama, received sannyasa from most revered Srimad Swami Gambhiranandaji Maharaj in 1987. Not only he joined Advaita Ashrama, he served more than 33 years in Advaita Ashrama, Kolkata and Mayavati. And he was the head of the Advaita Ashrama Mayavati for 7 years. As you know, Advaita Ashrama is a premier publishing house of the Ramakrishna Order. The main ashrama is in Mayavati in the solitude of deep Himalayan forest. It commands a magnificent view of the snow-capped mountain range. The ashramas, Advaita Ashrama's publication-related work is carried out in Calcutta through its branch center there. Swami Bodhasaranandaji Maharaj served both in Mayavati and Calcutta centers of the ashrama. Very important achievement of Swamiji is, during his tenure as the head of the center, he undertook many projects to improve the infrastructure of the Mayavati ashrama. He was appointed as a trustee of the Ramakrishna Math and the governing body member of the Ramakrishna Mission in 2006. 7 years later, he was appointed Assistant General Secretary of the Ramakrishna Math and Ramakrishna Mission. Now he is presently serving as the Assistant General Secretary in the headquarters of the Ramakrishna Order at Belur Math. He has authored the book, The Stories from Bhagavata, published by Advaita Ashrama. Now I request Swami Tadyuktanandaji Maharaj to garland the Swamiji and felicitate on your behalf, and also on the behalf of the ashrama. Now I humbly request Swamiji, Swami Bodhasaranandaji Maharaj, to give a special discourse in English on Swami Vivekananda, a voice without form. Thank you.
Om Namah Shri Yatirajaya Vivekananda Suraye Satchit Sukha Swarupaya Swamine Tapaharini. My salutations to Shri Shri Thakur, Shri Shri Ma, and Swamiji Maharaj. dear brother monks, revered Matajis, devotees, and students. It gives me immense joy to be here this afternoon. It was only just 2 days back when I landed in Bangalore, and as I was proceeding towards Madihalli in Tumkuru, when I got a call from Swami Nityasthananji Maharaj asking me to come to Basavangudi and give a talk. Since he is elderly Swamiji, so I couldn't say no. So that's why you find me here this afternoon. Sri Ramakrishna, during his austere sadhanas for long 12 years at Dakshineshwar, he had to undergo severe disciplines, and towards the end, he had a divine vision of Divine Mother, Kali, telling him that you will have to organize one divine order, a Sangha, and many young boys will come to you and they will help you and take your message forward. So many years passed away, but nobody was coming. He became restless. Then one day, during Vesper services in the Kali temple, he climbed the stairs and went to the roof of the Kuti body. Then he gave a divine call, "Come, my children, wherever you are." So in response to that divine call, in the beginning, elderly householder devotees came, and then afterwards, it was responded by the young disciples. They came one by one. Swami Thakur, Sri Ramakrishna, recognized most of them because Mother Kali had showed him who will come and what they will do to him. So he recognized them. And towards the end of his life, just before his leaving his body, he wrote on a piece of paper, "Naren Shikha Deve." In Bengali he wrote, "Naren Shikha Deve jokon ghare baire hag deve." Naren will teach the world when he goes out of the house. Then he showed that piece of paper to Naren, because that time he was suffering from throat cancer, he couldn't talk. That's why he had to jot down those few lines. Naren, after reading that piece of paper, he simply threw it. "No, this work will not be done by me." Sri Ramakrishna told him that even your bones will do it. Then, luckily, Master Mahashaya, Mahendranath Gupta, he collected that piece of paper and kept it, preserved it nicely in his diary. I had heard it is somewhere in our archives, in our museum at Belur Math. Then only a few months back, out of curiosity, I wanted to see that paper. So they showed me, and I took a photograph of that piece of paper, where Sri Ramakrishna says that Naren will teach the whole world when he goes out of his house. So it is a divine order. And the call he had given from the rooftop, you see how people came. Even the vibration of those words are still ringing and is drawing so many people towards him. So we all have come. Some have left their homes and hearths, and some are coming almost daily to serve the cause of Guru Maharaj, Sri Ramakrishna. So this call is irresistible. It is simply irresistible. Sri Krishna, when he used to play on the flute, then gopis, in whatever circumstances they were placed, they used to leave everything. Somebody was serving her husband, somebody was serving this cattle, somebody was serving her own child. Everything they used to leave behind and run towards that forest like mad women. This is divine attraction, irresistible. So likewise, in the case of this divine call given by Sri Ramakrishna, all these disciples came, Sri Ramakrishna gave them training, and especially to Swami Vivekananda, he charged him with the leadership and that he should organize this Sangha, keep all the brother disciples together and start this organization. And one day he called him, he sat in meditation, and then he transmitted that divine power to Swami Vivekananda. All the siddhis he transferred to Swami Vivekananda and told him that hereafter I have become a fakir. Because he found that competent instrument, competent disciple who will carry forward his work. And he told him, don't allow these brother disciples to go to their houses. And to other disciples, Sri Ramakrishna told, you should look after Naren. Then after the passing of Sri Ramakrishna, other disciples, they went in various directions to practice tapasya. Swami Vivekananda, he stayed in Baranagar monastery, but in 1890, he also left towards Himalayas to do tapasya. But he was always feeling that he has got divine order, a divine command to take the mission of Sri Ramakrishna forward. And at various places he used to have various visions of Sri Ramakrishna. Then when he reached Chennai, then Madras, then one day he had a vision, Thakur just walking over the ocean and beckoning Swami Vivekananda to follow him. He couldn't believe himself. He thought maybe it is something he is imagining. He immediately wrote a letter to Divine Mother Sri Sharda Devi and told her that I am not sure whether Sri Ramakrishna wants it or not, or it is my own mental weakness. I don't understand. Then Divine Mother Sri Sharda Devi, she waited for 3 days. In the meantime, she also had a vision of Sri Ramakrishna in which she told her, you tell Naren to go abroad. So then she wrote a letter to Swami Vivekananda telling him that this is the order of Sri Ramakrishna, you go ahead. Again, on another occasion, when Swami Vivekananda was in the house of Mr. Iyer in Chennai, quite often he used to have visions of Sri Ramakrishna. One day Sri Ramakrishna told him that people will simply be amazed to hear your words. And Swami Vivekananda says, when he delivered his lecture at Chicago Parliament of Religions, by simply telling 5 words, sisters and brothers of America, he found that all the doors were open before him. So people were simply amazed. Mrs. Bagley, who was the wife of President of Detroit, she also told when Swami Vivekananda is on the dais, on the platform, when he speaks, he doesn't speak like an ordinary man. He speaks like God. So such was the wonderful power, spiritual power that emanated through Swami Vivekananda. Now, Swami Vivekananda was born in 1863. So in these 162 intervening years, when we reassess the impact created by Swami Vivekananda, we find that at least 19 years he spent as a student, then 4 years as a wandering monk, then 4 years he spent in America, and another 5 years he spent in India and other places. So active 9 years he spent in preaching and other things. Only 9 years. When he passed away, he was 39 years, 5 months, and 25 days. So he knew that his life is very short. But in spite of that, he spent 4 years, valuable 4 years in America. So that means there was some command was there from God that he should start work there itself. He was a great patriot. He had great love for India. He could have easily spent those important years in India working for the good of India, but he chose to stay there itself. And now we find what changes have taken place in America and other places also. At one time, so sometime in 1896, Swami Vivekananda says, "My work has just begun. My work has just begun." And at other place he says, "I have just created 1 or 2 waves. Tidal waves have yet to rise. We have to revolutionize the whole world and upset the whole world upside down. And a new civilization has to be given to the world." So this was the mission before him. But unluckily, or strangely you can say, he left the body after 6 years. He told it in 1896, and in 1902 he passed away 6 years. So did his work came completely to a halt? Sri Ramkrishna told, Naren will teach. So after his passing away, has that work stopped? No. It is going on still now also. And as my topic goes, Swami Vivekananda, in one of his letters to Swami Shashi Maharaj, Swami Ramkrishnaji, he says, this voice without a form, I am voice without a form. He is not like his guru after name and fame. He wants the voice, he wants the mission to go forward, and he wants to keep himself behind in the background. And that work is still continuing. Now you see how many changes have taken place. Now on 21st June every year, International Yoga Day is being celebrated. In almost all the countries, even in Muslim countries, it is being celebrated. So that means people have started accepting the message of Swami Vivekananda, International Day of Yoga. So they think only this Hatha Yoga and other physical exercise form the yoga. Swamiji preached these yogas in a very broad manner. After this giving that Chicago lectures, then he went to New York, then he started giving morning, evening lectures on Karma Yoga. Then afterwards in 1895 and 96, he went to England several times. Then he started giving talks on Jnana Yoga, wherein he preached the highest principles of Vedanta. Then after coming from there in New York again, he started giving lectures on Jnana Yoga. And then he gave lectures on Bhakti Yoga also, Karma Yoga. Then he started writing this Raj Yoga. He found it very difficult to write. Then afterwards he dictated to Miss Waldo. And now you find those 4 classic books, Karma Yoga, Jnana Yoga, Raj Yoga and Bhakti Yoga, these classic books. So that new path he opened, the highest principle of Vedanta he preach in a very simple manner, which is acceptable to the whole world. And immediately after the Parliament of Religions, Siletan Lyceum, that lecture bureau, they exploited him. For long 3 months, they hired him, sent him here to go from East Coast to West Coast, and West Coast to East Coast. It was very tedious. And Swami Vivekananda says they cheated me. He lost at least $5,000. And the condition of America in those days was they were very orthodox. There were 100% Christians were there, and they were not ready to accept new philosophy. That's where Robert Ingersoll, he was an agnostic. He was a great lawyer, a great speaker and orator. He warned Swami Vivekananda and told him, had you come about 50 years ago, you would have been burnt alive, or you would have been stoned to death, you would have been hanged. And if you had come after that, then you would have been driven or stoned to death in the villages. So he could understand the picture of America. So in the meantime, some of the people were there, Emerson and Thoreau and others, that preached some ideas of this Vedanta. So people had begun to know about Vedanta, and they had become a little liberal also. So this change has taken place here. So mostly, or you can say 99% or 100% were Christians in those days. When this invitation letters for the participation of speakers was issued to about 10,000 letters, invitation letters were sent to so many speakers to participate in the Parliament of Religions. When it reached the Archbishop of Canterbury, which is Anglican Church, he simply laughed at it. What sort of Parliament of Religions? Christianity is the religion, only religion. How can there be Parliament of Religions? So he didn't participate. So like that, others also were there who didn't come to the Parliament of Religions. So they didn't accept. But now this picture has completely changed. This Anne Louise Bardock, an investigative correspondent, she writes that now there is a craze for yoga everywhere. It has become this $6 billion industry, and 16 million people are following it. So much craze it has become. Like Starbucks, everywhere you'll find coffee houses here and there in America and other places. So like that, this yoga also has become so popular. You go to Australia, you go to America, European countries, at every airport or railway station, in schools, colleges, even in villages also, you find so many yoga camps are being held. And the synthetic, that elastic yoga dresses, then yoga mats, rosaries, then chadars, they are in great demand everywhere. So that's why they are telling $6 billion industry it has become. So popular it has become everywhere. And in one of the articles that appeared in Times Now, another Lisa Miller in America, it had come in Newsweek, say about in 2008. So it is very important magazine. So when people got up from their sleep, they found on the cover story that all of us have become Hindus. So everybody was surprised, how come that all of us have become Hindus? Then she gave so many points there, how the Vedanta has impacted most of us. As I told you, in the beginning about all were Christians and they were not ready to accept everything. And she says, quoting the Rig Veda hymn, Ekam sad vipraha bahuda vadanti. Truth is one, and sages call it by various names. And in Christianity, they believed if Father is one, and if you have to reach him, you have to reach him through his Son only. So Jesus is the only person, he is the only begotten Son through whom you have to go. But now at least 74% people in America and other places, they believe, no, he can be reached through other paths also. You can reach him through Bible, through Christianity, you can reach him through Quran, you can reach him through Buddhism, or through Hinduism also you can reach him. So this great change has taken place over these years. And now 64% they identify themselves with Christianity. See, from 99 or 100% it has come to 64%. And in Europe and other places also, so many churches are being sold. In London, in England, I heard 500 churches have been sold out. And out of them, 300 have been converted into mosques. In Australia, in Perth, our Vedanta center, they purchased one church. In Adelaide, we purchased another church. And in other places also, in Chicago, in main town, there also we purchased one town. This was church. And then in Netherlands, there also we purchased one church. So many churches are being, so people have lost faith in those religions. And they are accepting Vedanta in one way or the other. So this is the impact Swamiji has created. Though people don't know him by name, but he has become a voice without a form. It is going on. And Swami Vivekananda, when he was in London, he sent a word to Swami Abhedananda to come to London to preach Vedanta. And he sent a ticket also to him. So when he reached there, Swami Vivekananda, in one of his lectures, he told that hereafter Swami Abhedananda, he will speak to you. But Swami Abhedananda, he refused. He told him and warned him that I will throw you through this window if you don't listen to me. You have to preach Vedanta, you have to preach the message of Sri Ramakrishna. Then for long 25 years he was in America and he did commendable work there. He brought out so many books, and through those books now the message of Vedanta is spreading everywhere. Then Swami Vivekananda's complete works is there. So through that also you find his work is going on. So Sri Ramakrishna's words, Naren will teach the world, and that teaching is going on and is changing the mental makeup of so many people. And then afterwards, Swami Vivekananda sent a word to Swami Turiyanandaji, Swami Shardanandaji, and then Swami Trugunatitanandaji. They also carried Sri Ramakrishna's work there, Vedanta. And Swami Trugunatitanandaji was the first person who started first Hindu temple in San Francisco, way back in 1905 or 6. So it has become a heritage building recognized by the American government there, the first Hindu temple that came up there. And then second generation of monks, Swami Prakashananda, Swami Prabhupada, Swami Atmabodhananda, and then so many sadhus when Swami Pavitranandaji, Swami Ashokanandaji, Swami Nikhilanandaji, and this work is going on. Every year, at least one in a year of our Swamis is going to America and other places. So many preachers are going to continue the work of Swami Vivekananda. And this Swami Vivekananda's work, consciously or unconsciously, so other people also are conducting it. So that is, it has become a big program. Now almost in every country, in every village, in every town, you will find either one center of Sri Ramakrishna Mission is there, or Vedanta Society is there, or some meditation or study circle is there, where devotees come together, discuss the philosophy of Sri Ramakrishna and Vivekananda, and then they try to see how his message can be translated into practice. And a lot of literature has come out in the West also, as we have brought out in India and elsewhere. And the same literature has been translated into so many languages. Then another thing that Lisa Miller, the journalist of Newsweek, she says that she quotes Sri Ramakrishna also. Sri Ramakrishna says, God is, he can be seen, and he can be reached through various paths. So this is being accepted by others also, other religions also. So everywhere it is being, not through one particular path only you can reach God. So Sri Ramakrishna showed in his own life, and Swami Vivekananda, he also through his powerful personality, he also showed those wonderful ideals of Vedanta in his own life. So it was not the personality alone, but his message also that had deep impact on the people around the world. So this is this one. And another thing, the change that you find worldwide, that suppose in America, people, when they die, they used to be buried. Now, many people, at least more than one third, are being cremated. And in 2020, about 56% of dead people, they were cremated. So you see how these Hindu ideas they are taking. And then they believe in reincarnation, doctrine of karma, this philosophy of this one, reincarnation. It was earlier accepted by Hindus, then Sikhs, Buddhists and Jains, and none else. But in other religions also, they have started believing in this one. We also see two twins of same parents, so they grow differently. The same type of education they get, same motherly love they get, in same environment they are brought up, but you see how they grow differently. One man, he may need one teacher, and another twin, he may need 100 teachers. Even then, he doesn't understand. One may become a great saint, and another may become a dacoit or idiot. So how do you justify? It is because of our past karma, past sanskars, that we grow differently. So we believe in our this doctrine of karma, in our reincarnation theory. Good, good, bad, bad. If you do good works, you are bound to reap good results for that. And if you do bad karmas, you will be paid accordingly. So like this, so many changes are taking place everywhere. People they are more rational, they are more scientific, so they are not ready to take what you want to tell them. They want to prove it scientifically. So that's why Swami Vivekananda's appeal, it has great appeal upon general people. So this is another impact that Swami Vivekananda has created. Then another thing that I want to share with you, now more than 162 years have passed. So during this time, you find so many people have been fascinated by the life of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda. When Swami Vivekananda was in London, that time Oxford University professor, Mr. Max Muller, he wrote that first article on Sri Ramakrishna, a great Mahatman, and got it published in the 19th Century magazine. And when Swami Vivekananda read it, he was greatly fascinated. He went to Oxford University with Swami Abhedanandaji. At least twice or thrice he went there to meet this great professor Max Muller. He had great name because we had almost lost our Vedas. He spent about 50 years of his life in collecting the original verses of the Vedas, got them translated and published. So 50 years. And he says, I have lost 50 years of my life. just in playing with the words. But when I read the divine life of Sri Ramakrishna, I found him breathing these highest principles of Vedanta. I only played with the words, but here is a man who was just breathing these highest principles of Vedanta. So much charmed he became. Then Swami Vivekananda told him that you write a detailed book on Sri Ramakrishna and also include some his teachings. He told, I have no access, I don't have any books. He had read just one article from Brahmavadin, which was started by Swami Vivekananda in 1895 or so. And then another person also had written that Majumdar, the great Hindu saint, Sri Ramakrishna. So that article also he had read, and from that he had written that article. So then when Swami Vivekananda requested him to write a detailed life of Sri Ramakrishna, and then he assured him that he will send the teachings of Sri Ramakrishna, he requested Swami Sardanaji compiled, and then it was sent to Max Muller. He brought it out as it was presented to him. Then under the title 80, in this one, Sri Ramakrishna, his life and teachings, in 1898. And Swami Vivekananda was so overwhelmed with joy that he himself reviewed it in Bengali magazine Udbodhan. And through the publication of this book, the name of Sri Ramakrishna spread everywhere in Europe. And then much later, then this Max Muller, in one of his letters to Swami Vivekananda, he writes, when I think about your teacher, Sri Ramakrishna, tears come to my eyes. Swami Vivekananda writes, now Sri Ramakrishna is being worshipped as an incarnation by many in India. And in reply to that, Max Muller writes, if such a soul is not being worshipped, if such a worship is not according to him, to whom else you will worship? So Swami Vivekananda told him, you come to India, you will see the places where Sri Ramakrishna played his divine play. He told, no, I will be overwhelmed with so much devotion that I will not be able to keep this body and return to my house. But he was deeply impressed by Swami Vivekananda's words and Sri Ramakrishna's life. Then afterwards we read Max Muller, in this one, Roma Rolla. He was a French Nobel laureate. He didn't know English, but he read one Pace of Silence, a small booklet. There were some mistakes were there, inaccuracies, but that very good English was there. It had some literary grace. So he was fascinated by a small book, that Pace of Silence, written by Dhan Gopal Mukherjee. Then he became so eager to know more about Sri Ramakrishna. Then Miss MacLeod and Dhan Gopal Mukherjee, they supplied whatever books were published that time. Since Mr. Max, in this one, Roma Rolla, he didn't know English, with the help of his sister, he wrote the two books. One is Life of Ramakrishna. In 1929 he brought out, and then after 2 years he brought out Life of Swami Vivekananda in French. Simultaneously it was translated by Advaita Ashram and brought out from Calcutta, and then other versions also came out, the German translation, Russian translation, Japanese translation, and the message and life of Sri Ramakrishna and Swami Vivekananda spread everywhere. Then about Christopher Isherwood, he came in connection with Swami Prabhupada, who was in charge of our Vedanta Society in Hollywood. So through him, he also read our Vedas, Gita, Upanishads, and Ramakrishna Vivekananda literature. He wrote a very good book, that Ramakrishna and his disciples. So many Americans, after reading that book, they became sannyasins. It left deep impact on the minds of the people. Then Arnold Toynbee, then Aldous Huxley, and many other people, they also came in contact with our movement. They, in their own way, self also we know something more. It leaves an impact. So it is a two-way track. And we can rediscover Swami Vivekananda through three ways. The first is through literature. So much literature has come out on Swami Vivekananda. In 1912, Advaita Ashram published this life of Vivekananda by his Eastern and Western disciples. It was written by people who walked with him, who lived with him, his own disciples, even his brother disciples. So every word of it is right, correct. So nobody can deny it. Even Swami Akhandananda, when he read the first volume, he told it is correctly written. He approved of it. So nothing has been added new. So it was brought out in 4 volumes in 1912. Then afterwards some more these volumes came out. Then in 1933, the whole thing was revised and it was brought out in 2 volumes. Then in 1944, again it was revised and brought out in 1 single volume. Then when I joined in 1977, in 1978, another 2 volumes, enlarged and revised life of Swami Vivekananda was brought out, which was based on the Eastern and Western disciples. So, but there are some people who think Ramesh Mission has put a divine halo around Swami Vivekananda. He has become a larger than his life. So they want to remove that halo around him and cut him to the size. They think that Swami Vivekananda is awesome. He is not approachable. So we have to cut him to this size. We have to make him an ordinary man so that other people can also understand him. So they are seeing from their own eyes. But we see him through the eyes of Sri Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna says, don't try to understand Swami Vivekananda. You will never be able to understand him. So he understood him. Ma Sharda Devi understood him. So the life was that crafted likewise. So 4 volumes. And the problem of these 4 volumes was this one, because then his complete works of Vivekananda, when Nivedita was there, that time 4 volumes of complete works were brought out. So as and when material came out, then we publish it and in 4 volumes. And she wrote one masterly introduction to that complete works of Vivekananda. And then much later, as and when new material came out, then volume 5, 6, 7 and 8 came out. The 8th volume came out during Swami Gambhiranandaji's time. And then when I was manager of Advaita Ashram, that time we brought out the 9th volume. So Swami Vivekananda, he did not get time to organize his philosophy. So wherever he used to go, every time new audience will be there. And people didn't know about Indian philosophy, so just in easy language he spoke. Today he's speaking here, tomorrow he's speaking in Detroit, then day after he's speaking in Brooklyn and other places. So he couldn't organize those lectures. So that's why we find it difficulty in understanding him, and that's why so many versions of his life are coming out. So this is one problem. And when he came to India, we thought he is an Indian saint. He is a great patriot. But he had a different message for the West. He wanted to preach Vedanta. So that is the difference. So his life we have to understand, we have to rediscover him through his life, and then we have to rediscover him through his complete works of Vivekananda. So this is one thing. And then about 40% of his lectures, they were recorded by Goodwin and others. So whatever words fell from the lips of Swami Vivekananda, we have kept them in complete works of Vivekananda. So 40% are his lectures, and then 40% form his letters, about 20% are his letters. Then he wrote about 4 books. That on India he wrote 1 book, and then some other things also, that Prachi Paschatya, that East and West he wrote. So like that 4 books, points to ponder. So like that 4 books. So that also is original. Nobody has touched anything in that one. And then newspaper reports, that also. And what others told about Swami Vivekananda, or what this conversations and dialogues with so many people they recorded, and that also was included in the complete works of Vivekananda. So this is the total corpus which recently these letters have been revised and brought out. So the whole complete works is being revised, and it will come out, say, within this year it will come out. So this one. So through these his works and life, we have to rediscover him. And another thing is, we have to discover another process is through his work. So the work, the divine work which he initiated, now has become a big organization. As on date, we are having 328 centers in 25 countries. So many schools are there, about 1,000 schools of different grades. We are imparting education to lakhs of children in various parts of India and abroad also in some places. And then hospitals are there, where lakhs of patients are being treated through our hospitals and dispensaries. About 15 hospitals are there, and then about 160 dispensaries are there. Then various other tribal work is being done, relief and rehabilitation. Through this work, we have to discover Swami Vivekananda. So at organizational level, his work is being carried through Ramakrishna Mission, Sharda Mission or Sharda Math, then Vivekananda Kendra, All India Yuva Mahamandal. So when an incarnation comes, he gives rise to various organizations, and his message flows through that. So this is one. And at ideational level also, you see how his message is spreading everywhere. And at mental level, you have to see whether his message motivates us and makes us pure. That you have to ask for yourself. At this, and at intellectual level, you have to see whether we compromise in any way with his message or not. So always ask, when you ask, do Swami Vivekananda's work, or you are seeing it elsewhere, you should always ask yourself, if Swami Vivekananda would have been by his side, would he approve the way you are doing his work? That you have to always ask yourself, whether you are truly representing or working for Swami Vivekananda. That is very, very important. And another thing, that what I do since morning till evening, whether it makes me pure or not, whether it leads me Godwards or not, that you have to see whether it motivates me and makes me pure. And the third thing is whether I try to satisfy my own ego, or I am doing it for the good of others also. An incarnation comes for Bahujan Hitaya. So that you have to see. So these 3 things you have to ask. So we have discussed how to rediscover Swami Vivekananda through his ideal, through his different works, through literature, and then through the work that he has initiated, what you find in our organizations or elsewhere also. And thirdly, through meditation on reflection on Swami Vivekananda. That's an internal part. So what we do through literature or his work, that is external part. But through insight, you have to see him, you have to meditate on him. Sri Ramakrishna, looking or hearing about Swami Vivekananda, would throw him into higher states of consciousness. Listening to his songs, he used to go into deep meditation. So he used to see Narayana in him, an incarnation of Narayana. So how do we look upon Swami Vivekananda, whether we see him through same eyes or not, that also you have to see him. So like that, then only we will be able to rediscover Swami Vivekananda. Otherwise he is just like an ordinary person to all of us. So with these few words, I pray to Shri Ramakrishna, Ma Sharda Devi and Swami Vivekananda to guide us so that we become true instruments in his hands and march towards Atmano Mokshartham and Jagathitaya cha. Om Shanti, 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 Hari Om Tat Sat.
Revered Swamiji, please accept my humble pranams and also to other Swamijis who are present here. That was a wonderful bird's eye view of how yoga is traveling, which started from the soil of Bengal, from a humble village called Kamarpukur, and which has grown as a world organization. Yoga, Vedanta, Ramakrishna mission, how the Hindu or Sanatana culture and its legacy has traveled from east to the west, and how the lifestyle modifications in the Western mind, how Swamiji's thoughts have influenced their life. And more than that, the past 162 years, what's the change going on? How Swami Vivekananda is influencing every sphere, and many countries, though they don't know the language, but through the literature, as we all understand today, social media, though it is a boon and a bane both, but it depends on us, which has traveled, broken all the barriers. But a solid gift, we should say, we should thank the Lord that the message of Upanishad, the message of Rishis, Swami Vivekananda is a modern Rishi, which has come in the form of literature, written by his own hand, 4 books which Swamiji mentioned, and apart from that, the centers he established within India and outside the India, and how they are all in unison, working for the good of the humanity. And at the end, self-introspection, meditation, reflection, which is the essential part of every human being to realize one's own real self. All these things in just 35 to 40 minutes of time, Swamiji has given us very picturesquely. Really, we thank you, Swamiji, because rarely we get you in the southern part of the country. Swamiji is very popular in the eastern, western side of the Bharata, because Swamiji served almost close to 4 decades in Advaita Ashrama, which is a premier center established, visited by Swami Vivekananda himself. Swamiji had a great opportunity and blessing to serve in that center for almost 4 decades. And also he had one more privilege, a premier publication center, English publication center of our holy order. Swamiji served in the center, published many books. He took leading role in disseminating the ideas of Swami Vivekananda, Sri Ramakrishna and Holy Mother Sharda Devi. Because of those things, Swamiji is popular in that, but we should be indebted, because silently the seva, what Swamiji has done, sitting at the eastern part of the country, we are all benefactors of that great literature, Swamiji, especially in city like Bangalore, where English is day by day becoming more and more popular and communicating language. Today, English books are well received and appreciated. Really, our metropolitan cities particularly, we always hanker for English books published from Advaita Ashrama, and also the popular titles like Call to the Nation, Rebuild India. These are all the books produced by Advaita Ashrama, which was headed by Swamiji. We got this rare opportunity. We thank you very much, Swamiji, from the bottom of my heart, individually from bottom of my heart, and also on behalf of Swami Nityasthanandaji Maharaj, who is not here today. Swamiji has gone for a spiritual retreat in the lap of Himalayas, which Swamiji also liked and served in the Himalayan ranges. On behalf of all our monks, and particularly Swami Bodhasaranandaji Maharaj, who is our Ramakrishna Mutt Alsur, head of our Alsur center, he also helped us in bringing Swamiji to this ashrama. We are really fortunate to hear you, Swamiji. On behalf of all the monastic brothers, devotees of our Bangalore ashrama, and also those who are viewing live, you are also very fortunate to have Swami Bodhasaranandaji Maharaj, who is the Assistant General Secretary, sitting at our Ramakrishna Mission headquarters, serving us at his capacity. Very simple, at the same time approachable, very dear. We enjoyed Swamiji's company when I was in training center, and also whenever we go to, all the monks, whenever we go to Belur Mutt, our headquarters, Swamiji always welcomes, speaks very cordially. So today we got one more opportunity to spend some time and listen to your rich experience, which is a very rare thing. Swamiji is blessed with such opportunity, and he has shared his experiences and how the Holy Trio, Sri Ramakrishna, Sharda Devi and Vivekananda, is awakening the humanity. Once again, I offer my pranams and thank on behalf of all the devotees and monastic brothers and volunteers of this ashrama. Thank you once again, Swamiji. With the Shanti Mantra, we shall close it. With the Shanti Mantra, we shall close it. Om Priyatam Pundari Kakshah Sarvayagneshwaro Harihi Tasmin Stushte Jagat Tushtam Prinite Prinitam Jagat Harihi Om Tatsat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.